Alright, season, no, not season 4, week 6, UTL, against J, Deportivo La Crina, Minnesota Wild Charge, you know. um, I'm not feeling doing another team builder, so same thing as last week. So we're gonna do Choice Centino. Okay, we'll preface this too by saying I prepped for his team before I realized that he made trades. And so he still had a Mimikyu and a Thundurus on his team, and he didn't have a Gengar and a Tapu Koko. And a Gengar and a Tapu Koko were the two things that scared me the most out of Matt's team, who we got it from. But, I mean, you already saw the battle, so you already know that. So we already had Cincino to break subs, but I also thought it was good to bring against like Doug Trio. I don't know. There was zero situations where Doug Trio would like play against from Cincino to Doug Trio would happen, unless it was like adamant for whatever reason, which it wouldn't be because I have two base 115 runs. So that would be pretty ballsy to be adamant Doug Trio. So I was expecting Koko and Gengar just because they match up really well against my team. This team in general looks pretty weak to Bulu. Like Gengar, I have Cincino that can switch in Shadow Ball. Umbreon that can switch in on most things, I guess, besides maybe a Focus Blast. And then Skuntank that can switch in on Focus Blast. And then I mean, even Doxbex to an extent, like unless you know, like a Psychic coverage. I don't know what Gengar ended up having. Bennett actually recommended the Rotom. I was gonna do some good against that team. Just because it's kind of my best electric resist, which is pretty bad, but you know, what can you do? It's defensive, so Overheat isn't hitting that hard. Volt Switch, I mean, it's just to get a momentum, Pain Split, and Will-O-Wisp. I was partially expecting the Lucario to come just because it was a good setup mon. I know Jay kind of likes his setup, he also likes his wackier sets, I guess. I mean, he has a pretty funky team, but like he is a really good battler, so he can afford to have funky sets on funky teams. But I think leading into it, I assumed he was going to lead Torkoal, since that's what he's done in the past. I was thinking maybe there could be Doug Trio, which we have our Aggron for, which I guess I need to go over. Aggron is, you know, usual, like max attack, or not max attack, max HP, decent amount of special bulk, I think like 20 attack EVs for something, and then enough speed to outspeed fast Torkoal, which is apparently a thing. And so I just didn't want to get blown back by Torkoal. And that's okay, hey train. So that's going to be prevalent by the first couple turns. So he's actually going to lead off with Koko. I was like, okay, well I can take one hit. That's fine. And something, you know, either I go for EQ and hit, you know, close to everything, or go for Heavy Slam. And I just went with Heavy Slam because it was, this, I guess, the safer play. It hit everything a little bit better. And now we're going to do our nice little countermeasure. So I thought that Torkoal is going to be good, I guess, play against Aggron. Like, it's a good thing to switch in on. It has enough bulk where it doesn't mind Earthquakes, but I can tell you what it does mind. It's Rain Boosted Aqua Tails. And so unfortunately we miss our Aqua Tail, so it doesn't work out too well. But it kind of works in the end. We get burned, so Aggron's kind of useless unless I can get a heal bell off or and a wish past, I guess. Because everything else outspeeds Aggron. But luckily we don't get burned Pex either of these next 2 turns. We can blow it back with some rain boosted scalds from a base 52 special attack. It's so bad. So he's just gonna let this go down because, like, why not? I think at this point he realizes Aggron doesn't have rock since 2 of its moves are dedicated water types. So now we're gonna flex off our electric resist here. At this point I was just, he was taking a long time, but I honestly just thought he was gonna bring in Dugtrio. He was gonna get a kill with Dugtrio and blah 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 blah. But he doesn't go into Dugtrio, he goes into Gengar. Like, okay, Gengar's something. He shows off the sub, which, weird play to show off the sub, weird place, I guess. And then I make the weirder play. And this one kind of, this point kind of felt like I set myself up for failure. And so I did some changes when I talked with Bennett about the team. Because obviously I prepped for it and then kind of left it alone when I went home. And then I came back and was like, okay, these sets are garbage. One of the garbage sets was Skuntank. And I switched it to this, like, kind of the same thing that I brought against Brain. So Sucker Punch, Pursuit, Defog, 3rd move. Or 4th move, I guess, but 3rd attack. And I changed that, and so I had Fire Blast, so Lucario doesn't, like, come in freely on, you know, Dark Spam and get Justified boost. And I had Poison Jab, so Togekiss didn't come in. So I left 1 move slot for a Dark type move. It was either Sucker Punch or Pursuit. I should have known better and done Pursuit. I was more afraid of, I guess, Dugtrio than I was of anything else in this team doing this. But he ended up bringing, you know, this team, so circumstances, I guess. And so I brought this in, and I was like, okay, I can just do Pursuit, and then I realized I didn't have Pursuit, because, like, okay, well, I have to get out of here. And so I was, like, pretty sure that he was just gonna go for sub again, because that's, like, the better middle grounds. He can check to see if I have Pursuit, and then he doesn't have to worry about Sucker Punch. And so I can get into Cincino, which can kill, barring I miss my Rock Blast. So I get a kill. That's good. So you can bring this in 4-0, and I'm feeling pretty good at this point. You know, he's just gonna bring in. I think he maybe didn't know if I was, okay. He may have not known if I was Scarf at that point, because if I was Scarf, then Dougie couldn't come in and trap me. And so if, like, Dougie was Scarf, then it might have been a 4-0 for him, because really at this point, like, my 2 actual physical mons are kind of low, and then Skuntank's not doing a whole lot against this team, just given how much setup he had. The Umbreon set was I had to make sure that the 2 mons that I thought were going to be issues, that being set up, what's his name? Set up Coco and set up Togekiss were gonna be problems. Turns out set up Mew's the problem, and so he brings double sub. He brings double disable. He had disable on Gengar. He had disable on freaking Glalie. Your eyes and let your mind escape into a world of dreams. Close your eyes and keep them shut. The next part isn't going to be a very pretty sight. And so I'm like, okay, well, he just decided that I didn't have foul play. I had Iron Tail so I could break subs on Togekiss and Tapu Koko. Because foul play, I think, couldn't break subs on, or at least didn't apply pressure to Togekiss. It's like, okay, I have to do Iron Tail, and it benefited for Koko too, I guess. And so this, like, at this point I was just like, okay, well, maybe we can play for differential. I kind of glossed over the Spit F play, but yeah, I get Spit F drops. Kind of happens. At this point though, I can bring back in Toxapex and I can at least get a haze off. So maybe there is some kind of hope, but at this point, Cinccino can't. Cinccino. I don't really know how to pronounce this name, but we'll go with Jerry. My boy Jerry. Can't kill like the same way that he did with Gengar, because Gengar was probably max speed, max attack, crisp attack, I think. And so once again, I just want to like try to break a sub. But at this point, it's like a losing effort. So like since it's nothing, all 6 bonds just died to. You know, I don't know why he switched out. Maybe he thought that I could kill and I couldn't kill. But at least it gives him another kill, so like good for that, I guess. But yeah, I was just like, I have 0 ways to take out the Mew right now. Like I have nothing to outspeed Intoxic it. It doesn't. I was more fearing the taunt, and I guess the thing was I prepped for Mew, but I didn't like prep for Mew. Which is like consciously acknowledging what it can do. And so I didn't have anything for like a utility Mew. I didn't have anything for a setup Mew. I didn't have anything for an offensive Mew. I just kind of like, I had something for a psychic type. And so having Sucker Punch on Skuntank wasn't good enough. Having no Dark type on Umbreon wasn't good enough because of everything that Mew could do. Granted, if I preserved Aggron better, I could have maybe have done something different, because I think at +1 at least, Earth Power can 2-hit KO Aggron, and by extension Psychic can 2-hit KO Aggron. And so I could Heavy Slam, which does 2-hit KO defensive Mew, I believe. Or at least, it pressures it to not run sub. And so I can come in and revenge it, or at least like bring in Cinccino if it was still alive, or you know, I can even bring in freaking Skuntank, which could have pressured it out at least. I played the team a little differently. I don't think I would have won this game just because Jay's a much better battler than I am. And he still has components there, like, you know, I was losing Koko switch-ins, since at this point I didn't like my Umbreon set. Maybe Umbreon could have 1v1'd it, who knows. But we'll pick up the speed for this game. But yeah, it's just kind of, that's my game against Jay, so, you know, we lost 3-0. I'm not really sure who I play next week. We'll figure it out. Hopefully it's a, you know, better game for us, but like, we're 4-2 and +7, so it's much better than I've been at the halfway point of any other season. So I guess I can't complain, and I've lost against a perennial playoff contender and the Season 3 champion, so like, I can't complain about the position I'm in. You know, in both games that I've lost, I came into the game acknowledging that if I won, I probably didn't deserve it. And if I lost, then like, hopefully I just gave it my best effort. There's another Spit F job for all you kids keeping count at home. Because I think that was 4 this game, which doesn't come up to Brain's game, which was 6. But you know, it's always fun to keep count at home. So hopefully we can keep those to a minimum next game, and I don't know, I'll catch you guys then. Peace.